Hey everyone, I'm Redbeard,
And I'm Rupert.
and this is Rupert's Beard. Today we're going to be going over the OP09 Buggy deck profile that was in our battle, Buggy versus Peanut Butter Luffy. It's almost 10. We finally got Buggy promo. Unlike Japan, Bandai doesn't love us that much. We get it at the end. They got it at the beginning.
Ye-
But this is before we get too far into that, we do have a giveaway coming up at 300. Once we get to 300 subscribers, more information on that as we get closer. And once we get to 100, we do plan on doing a QA live stream, whichever picks up more interest. Could be both. Uh,
We'll
just
probably just start off having a little live stream battles, and then
yeah,
as people come in, we will answer questions.
yeah, that would work. But other than that, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget if you do like the video. If you don't, I guess don't like it. But uh,
Don't dislike it, please.
yeah. Just don't dislike it at the very least for me. Uh, and also don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. If you like the video, want to see more, subscribe. You'll see more in your feed.
Don't forget that notification bell so that way you know whenever our next videos go up. And don't forget to leave a comment, like your thoughts on Red's buggy list,
Yeah. So starting off, we have
or how
the.
awkward Red is whenever he tries to do it on his own.
What do you mean do it? It's because I don't rehearse. I'm in the moment.
I don't rehearse either.
Okay. Not all of us are Rupert. This
You're,
is
I am only Rupert.
Yeah. Otherwise it'd be Rupert's Rupert, and that'd be kind of weird. So we are on. Obviously, the leader is Buggy. 5 life, blue, 5k power. Activate main. You can rest 5 Dawn. Discard a card from your hand. Play up to one character with the cross guild type from your hand. So there is no cost limit on that. So you basically rest 5 Dawn and discard a card. Cheat out anything with the cross guild type.
Which is very good because it lets you cheat out, obviously, cards that cost more than 5, including your 10 cost.
Oh yeah. We are on. The thing is not in the order I would normally like it, but we're just going to go down the thing for simplicity's sake. We are on 4 Mr. 1 Das Bones from EBO1. He is 5 cost, 6k, 1k counter. If your leader's type includes Baroque Works, he gets 2k or 1k power for every 2 event cards in your trash. That's not relevant because Buggy is not. The only relevant, his main thing is he's a 5 cost, which is relevant for that 10 cost Buggy that we mentioned once we get closer to it. But his on play is draw 2 and trash 1. He's just a generic good card. You put him out, you draw, he replaces himself, you get a 6k attacker out. He's just a good card generically.
Yep.
We're on 4 Mr. 2 Bon Clay. Honestly, for that same reason. He's just a generic 2k. He's 5 cost, 5k. Him and Mr. 1 are also in here because of the 7 drop Crocodile 4 Cross Guild, where they are both Baroque Works and or former Baroque Works. He cheats them out because he cheats out a 6 cost or less. Might be 5 cost. We'll cover when we get there. Basically, anything Baroque Works or Cross Guild that's a certain cost or less, on play he can cheat out. So that includes former Baroque Works as well, so Bon Clay can get cheated out. Most of the time, he's just a 2k counter. He's out of the 2Ks and the tech cards. He's probably about the biggest, easiest one to replace, honestly. We are on 2 Pudding. If you've watched the battle video, Pudding's great.
Yeah, yeah, it
Um,
is.
I like it in any blue deck as a 2 of because I don't want to see it the whole game, but I want to see it if necessary. You know.
Yeah, most blue decks do want to run it. Some blue decks can't because of deck space, but if you have deck space, definitely run it.
Yeah, deck space is probably another reason I'm at 2, but I just like it at 2. 3 might not be too much. I think 4 is definitely too much. We're on 2 Jozu. It's just a good removal card. I don't think I saw it at all during our game, but he is a 6 cost 7k. 1k counter. On play, you can return one of your characters other than him to your hand. Return up to 1 cost 6 or lower character to the original owner's hand. So you can technically bounce. I mean, you can bounce Pudding back. You can, if you cheat after you cheat out the Bond Clay, you can technically bounce it back with him to get it back in hand. bounce back the Mr. 1 to draw 2 cards again. Basically, you just get to reset any of your on-play effects, or get a 2K that you've played out or anything. He's just removal. He's another card that you could replace easily enough with just generic blue good stuff. But I like him. I just didn't get to see him in the battle, unfortunately.
It's also part of the reason why he's used in some Nofi lists, because he just resets your cards.
Yeah, that's true. I'd say getting to reset Jinbei is pretty good. Well, I mean, there's other ones too, but Jinbei's got to be cracked doing that. We are on 2 Alvida. She is 5 cost, 6k, 1k counter. On KO, if your leader has the cross guild type, you play up to 1 cost 5 or lower character card other than Alvida from your hand. That is not limited to cross guild characters, so if she dies, cheat out Mr. 1. Cheat out Mr. 1.
Cheat out most of the deck.
Yeah, almost all the deck other than the big wigs of cross guild. She's a name, being cross guild type as well. I've seen her cut in some lists. I like her as a 2-of just where she replaces herself. It's at least pressure your opponent. If they don't deal with her, you just get a 6k attacker each turn. If they do deal with her, she just replaces herself. Potentially. Yep. Not always. You have to have it. But we are on 4 of Kabaji, which is a 5 cost, 5k, 2k counter. Cross guild. If you have a character Buggy or Moji in play, he cannot be KO'd in battle. I always forget about that. He's out of the 2Ks that are searchable in the deck, he's the one that you are most likely to play if you need to. He's still usually just a 2K, but if you have promo Buggy out, he's not awful. We are on 4 Crocodile from OP09, which is cross guild form of Baroque Works, 7 cost, 7k, 1k counter. On play, play up to 1 character card with the cross guild type or a type including Baroque Works and a cost of 5 or less from your hand. So with that, like I said earlier, he cheats out Mr. 1, cheats out Mr. 2, as well as any of your 5 cost or less cross guild guys like Alvida, Kabaji, Moji, other Mr. 1, Mr. 3, I guess if you wanted to cheat out, if that's all you've got, you get an extra search for free. But he's just a solid card. He helps flood your board faster, which is very important once we get to 10 cost Buggy.
Yep.
We are on 4 of 6 cost 7k OP09 Dracula Mihawk, cross guild type. He is a blocker, and on play, draw 2, then discard 1. 6/7 blocker with basically reverse destiny draw is pretty good. Especially when
he's really good.
Especially when you can cheat it out.
Yep.
We are on the big man himself, 4 of the 10 cost Buggy. He is 10 cost, 12k, 1k, or no counter. Be crazy, 1k counter. On play, return up to 1 of your opponent's characters to the bottom of the deck. Then, if you do not control 5 characters with a cost of 5 or more, return this character to the bottom of the deck. Buggy, thanks to the Buggy leader effect, you rest 5 Dawn, pitch a card from your hand, and it is basically a 5 cost, 12k Red Rock.
Yeah.
It's just Red Rock on legs. Worst case, and that's worst case scenario, because best case scenario, or no, that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, yes. He is still a 5 cost Red Rock.
It just goes to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah. And then you get him again later. Maybe.
Yep.
We are on 4 Moji. 5 cost, 5k. He's another searchable 2k. On play, he has an effect. It's not relevant. It's the same deal as like Ohm from Sky Island. Look at the top 5 of your deck, reveal up to 1 Richie, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order, play up to 1 Richie from your hand. Richie is a 2 cost jump blocker for Cross Guild. For the promo Buggy, technically, if you wanted a quick, easy, no-brain alternative, you could put in a couple Richies and just bump up a couple other cards. But other than that, he's just a 2K, really. We're not playing Richie. We're never going to play him. We are on 4 Mr. 1 Das Bones, the vanilla one. The Cross Guild form Baroque Works, 5 costs, 7k, 1k counter. He's just a vanilla. He's a 5 cost for Buggy. 7K.
Good beats too.
Yeah, I mean 7K is a pretty good magic number. We are on 4 Mr. 3, Galdino. I always forget they actually have names.
Yep.
He is 1 cost, 2K, 1K counter. On play, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with cross guild type or with a type including Baroque works other than Mr. 3 Galdino, and put it into your hand. Place the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So that's another thing with these two being in here, they are searchable off that as well, because Baroque works. We are on for the promo Buggy. Hate the art. Let's get it out of the way. But
Such an odd art.
yeah, but for the promo Buggy, it's against decks that have a lot of low end, like 3 cost, 4 costs. It's cracked. So good. Even against decks that it's not relevant against, it can't attack itself, which stinks. But when your opponent can't attack, that's fine. Even in the case where your opponent doesn't have a lot of 3 or 4 cost characters, still just getting to cheat out a guy. If you use Buggy's effect, you're cheating out potentially 13 Dawn's worth of cost with 5 Dawn. It's crazy.
Yeah. In worst case, you just have
you just
another name or another cost count for Big Buggy.
Exactly. Worst case scenario, you play him out and you cheat out another guy. Your other guy you're cheating out has an effect. He's doing something. Unless it's Mr. 1, I guess. But
no, he's still counting towards the cost of 10-drop Buggy.
Well, yeah, it just means he doesn't have an effect. But yeah, either regardless, when he comes out, you're getting 2 put towards the board total for Buggy. My favorite thing is that you only have to have 4 on board, and then Buggy is fully live.
Yep.
And then finally, we're on 4 Sanji's Pilaf. It's just Pot of Greed.
Kind of good.
Yeah, trigger, Pot of Greed. It's when you don't really need to use it, you don't have the Dawn left over, it's good discard fodder for Buggy, I've learned. Same deal with the promo Buggy. If you're in a matchup where he's not super relevant as far as flooding, like stopping the board, then it's just more discard fodder. Some cheap or some easy switch outs for Buggy. There were times that I did want a bit more removal. I could easily see playing in a couple more Jozus. I could honestly see I could see a Red Rock or Gravity Blade coming in any variety. Like there's a couple different things you could do in here. There's a lot of good just 5 cost, like 5 cost or more blue cards, period, that you could put in the deck.
You can also use the stage.
Yeah, you can use the stage. The Kurabari Island, Karabari Island. Activate main, send 2 cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck. Rest this stage. If your leader has cross guild, draw 2 cards. Just every turn, effectively, not really Pot of Greed, but cycling every turn.
Yep, 2 cards you don't need in this matchup, but at bottom of the deck, try to get new ones.
Yeah, it's an easy switch in for Buggy. Past that, all the cross guild cards you're already playing.
That is the list. If you liked, don't forget the like button. Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to leave us a comment, like, what would you replace the promo Buggy with? And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can see whenever the next video goes up.
We hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Adios.